Transparency in the chair. Are you guys wondering what that's all about? Well, I'm here to tell you. I am Kay Simpson Buffet, and we have Ray Fletcher coming to the mic. We have two dynamic stylists that's been in the industry for over 50 years. 50 years of experience, stories, knowledge, a wealth of information to give to you guys. You know, whether we're helping you with relationships, helping you with business ideas, how to handle a certain client or whatever. This is what we're here to do.
With authentic and transparent moments and some of the world's most craziest chairs, we are bringing the juice to you, along with our perspectives, of course.
We always going to start off with a good, juicy topic, give you the body of that thing, and then we're going to end up with some actual factuals. Our show is going to be very transparent. You're going to get all the tea, all the juice on what's going on.
All stories have originated from the chair, be it the salon chair, barber chair, massage chair, facial chair. These are stories and topics that you can relate to, learn from, and grow from.
So we just want you to join us every week as we come through, giving you a little segment of ourselves, and we're just here to share. Tune in.
It's a bunch on the list, but I'll try to get to the nitty gritty. Okay, the first one on the list is anal. Okay.
Yes, no, maybe.
Yes, no, maybe. Oh, I'm sorry. That was not the first one. The first one is 69. Then comes anal, analingus, anal toys, audio electronics. Let's see. C's, there's cuddling, choking. D's, there's deep throating, dirty talk. Let's see. Alphabetize.
Yes.
Eye contact. There's fingering, food play, foot massage, gags, group sex, hair pulling, handcuffs, homemade porn, lap dance, neck kissing. Oh, mutual masturbation. That's a good one.
What is mutual masturbation?
Mutual masturbation is when you masturbate in front of your partner.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the thing. A lot of people, well, I don't know of a lot of people. People I've talked to just think, hey, and that's it. No, that could be foreplay, or that can be the main course on the menu. Up to you. But with mutual masturbation, you know what you get to do? One, you get to watch that sexy thing in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Two, you get to see what turns them on.
Oh, I was just about to say that you're learning.
Right.
You should be learning. Okay.
You should always be coachable.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Always.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
it does not matter if you're 18 or 80.
Mm-hmm.
You should still be coachable when it comes to this.
Right.
Because
nobody knows themselves more than themselves.
Exactly.
They
Right.
should know.
Right.
They should know.
Right.
Because I transparency, I can say in my 20s, I didn't know.
Right.
Because like you said, what you learned when you grew up, it was wrong, and don't do it. That's all we got.
Mhm.
Just don't do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Well, why? Just don't do it.
Mhm.
You don't do it. There was no teaching involved. There was
Right.
none of that. And I know that today's generation is different.
Mm-hmm.
You got more parents being more open with their kids, and some of them are.
Yeah.
But yeah. So once you learn yourself, then yeah. But most people, they still don't. They're in their 30s and
Right.
40s and don't know like you said.
Yeah.
Before we set action, you brought up something like to a female. When is the last time you looked at that thing? When the last time you put your foot up on that counter and looked down there to see what's
Yeah,
going
with a
on?
mirror.
Mhm.
With a mirror. I mean, because if you got a belly, you probably ain't gonna see it. So
Yeah. So
but then and looking at the front of your labia is not looking at the bottom part of your vagina. You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
right.
And so your waxer knows more about your cooch than you do.
then
you know what I'm saying?
Right. You got to get to
And
know your part.
Like literally, when was the last? I ain't gonna lie. For me, it's been years and Sundays since I looked at that thing.
Oh, I looked last night.
You held the mirror?
Yeah.
You looked at?
Transparent. I sure damn did.
You did?
That's
Yeah,
right.
'cause
Well, I ain't gonna lie. It's been a minute.
It's
for
been a
me.
minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
To see what's going on.
Right. You know what I mean? And so even
Yes.
in that and transparency for me, like even in masturbation, sometimes I'll be like, I'm the only one in the damn room. And I'm like, oh shit, did anybody see that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's
what
still
the
like,
heck?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's
Why don't you put a mirror up and watch yourself?
now that
Oh, that would be a step in life.
right.
That's a step.
So you need to yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So
That's
true
because
transparency.
It's only
Right.
you in the room.
Yeah, because then,
Why
like you
not?
said before, if I am not 100% in tune with my body,
Mm-hmm.
how can I tell you
Mm-hmm.
So
to
do that first.
babe, I like this. I
Right.
want you to do this or
Mhm.
whatever. Because most of the time, some women are very what would the word be? Not communicating about what they don't like, and they just go with it because that's what their partner likes. But in hindsight,
I can see
they
that.
cringe at every, because I had a client that's like, I hate when my person wakes me up in the middle of the night down there. Because
I'm sorry, lady.
Unbeknownst to him, it was a trigger because she was molested.
Oh.
You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
And
So they need to talk
you
about
see what I'm
that.
saying?
Yeah.
And then so people don't like certain things for whatever their reasons are. You know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of like, and then I think throughout the course of time, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but men were told like, yeah, you always got to go downtown. That's what women want, Where did that concept come from? Because it's just like an automatic way every man like.
But
this
sometimes
the
that
thing to
turns
do.
the man on though.
Yeah, but a titty will turn them on too. Shit, what do you mean? Some lips will turn them on. Like what are we talking about?
But
why does that turn you on?
So when Cat Williams said, I don't do that for you, I do it for me, he ain't lying.
Okay.
Sometimes that ain't that's not for you.
Like
I
why
mean, it's
why do
it's
you
for
like
you,
that?
but it's not. It's for me.
What does that do? What does that do for the males, Jonathan?
I think it's where, well, for me, it's the fact that I'm in control, and I can see that even though she said no, but you can feel it in her body that she's enjoying that. It's just her not letting it go because other things going on in her mind.
Mm-hmm.
So it's for me trying to have that, and I guess it's a little bit of an ego thing as far as trying to get her to actually just, to his point, just relax.
Just relax.
Mm-hmm.
And once
Let
I
go.
feel that moment of her being in complete just relaxation, it's an ultimate turn on for me. Cause I'm like, okay, we can just keep it going even more.
Okay.
It's
Because I mean, even
it's me sending the messenger that
I'm coming.
the dick comes in peace.
Period.
so
I like that.
Okay. I mean, and some women,
And,
like
and oh my God, you guys taste so
some women,
great.
yeah, but some women don't even like giving head. Like,
Yeah, they still make those.
yes,
Like I don't understand. And see, okay, so you
And
want to talk about
I-
some stuff with a guy like,
No, like I
we
said
need
it.
to know that y'all enjoy that. It's like it's not just the fact that I'm gonna give you some head. No, I need you to enjoy that too.
Most women don't enjoy
no,
it.
I get it.
no, like
I get it
real
again.
talk.
So let's talk about it.
Transparency.
Yeah.
Okay, there's all different kind of women in the world.
Yeah.
Tell me, Khadijah.
Yeah.
That they does not walk around to my, I can't wait to give my
can't
man head. Oh
No.
my God. No.
That's not happening.
I mean, I'm speaking for myself. That's not just something I'm just walking around saying, yep, when I get home, I can't wait to put this dick in my mouth.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Sorry. You?
No.
Khadijah?
No.
Can't hear you.
No.
Oh. Because I can't see you, so you got to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a thing. I feel like women do that because it's like that's what he wants. If he don't get it, then it's like then he gonna be mad, having an attitude, and this and the other.
Yeah.
Okay,
now
well,
there
let
are
me
some women that be like,
Can't wait.
that's my shit. I
That's what they
love
good
the,
at.
you know, they
Yeah.
good. I mean, they good at it. They deep throat that thing. I be
All
like,
that.
my teeth are narrow back there. So I'm like, you gonna get cut the hell up. You know? You know, so, and then I have some clients that like they've been married for 50 centuries and they've never,
Excuse me?
they
Never?
don't know never put they've never done it.
Look, bless his heart.
You know? And so I'm
Bless
like,
his heart.
let's get a lollipop, let's
What'd
get a
you say?
banana.
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh, we can talk about that too.
That's a whole, yeah. Never
I
thought
didn't
about
know
that, but
that.
that's,
I didn't know that.
Okay, well let me start by saying,
Sodomizing. Got you.
yeah.
yeah, well, God did
Right,
destroy
right.
a whole city over it. But okay, so let me go back to the religious aspect, and there was something that you said that made me think of this when it came to women and what they think about. Because I didn't know this until recently. Like my wife asked me, she said, "What do you think about when you sit down on the couch?" I was like, "What do you mean?"
You know
She was like, "What do you think about when you sit on the couch?"
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And then it dawned on me, what do you think about?
Right.
And she was like, oh, I think about it. I was like, oh my God. And she was like, yeah, most women go through that. And I'm like, that's a lot.
So what
She
did she
think
say?
about
Like,
what she
what
sit on the couch.
Like she think the kids, this, that, and the other,
Yeah.
everything that she has.
Did she defrost the chicken?
Right.
All that.
So
Did I
for
start to load
y'all,
the
when y'all
clothes?
sit down,
Yes.
y'all, are thinking about what you have to do.
Right.
That's what I'm doing when I stand up. So when I sit down, I shut all that off on purpose.
Yeah, we don't do
and y'all don't do that. So
I'm thinking about right now what I'm making for dinner tomorrow.
See?
Yeah. Even though we're having this
Even
good
though we have
conversation.
in the back of my
Yeah.
mind, I'm like, okay, I'm at the different. I know for
Yeah.
real.
and
Yeah.
Real talk.
Yeah.
Real talk.
and I think part of that is because societal wise, ladies are not in charge of their own bodies and their own sexuality, and that manifests itself in multiple ways. How you gonna enjoy the act when you've been told for so long that A, you ain't supposed to be doing it, and B, you only supposed to be doing it for procreation. So if you enjoy it, then what are you labeled? A hoe, a slut, Jezebel, whatever it is.
Right.
So there is no safe space for you guys to actually express your sexual being, no matter what that is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No, you may not be thinking about, hey, I'm gonna put my man's dick in his mouth or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But if the thought does cross your mind, it's okay. But it may be in an instance to where, you relax, you're taking a bath, whatever it is, and then you're like, oh, I'm relaxed. Oh, look at him sitting like that. He's so
right.
You know
what?
I'm gonna straddle him when
I
I get
would
to,
say too. Sometimes I've been a busy person for most of my life. From I got out of high school, it's always been work, trying to teach, travel, even before I had my son.
Yeah.
So I feel like for me, I've never been like this whole hypersexual kind of person. Like I got some clients, I'm telling you, like one this week, she was like, I met this guy and I think I scared him off. And I said, why? She was like, because he asked me, how many times a week would you like to do? She said, every day. And he just went silent. He was like, what?
You ain't never had that before in his life.
Right. I said, because I said, he's probably saying, what?
Right.
Are you serious? And she was like, yes. She's like, the last guy I dated, we did it multiple times a day. And I was like,
how old is this one?
I said, can you rub some of that off on me?
How old is this
You know
one?
what I'm saying? So for me,
No, for real. How old is
she's
this
in her
woman?
30s.
Okay.
No, I'm lying. She's in her 40s. And so for me, I'm sitting.
today.
I got look because it
Right.
okay,
Well,
but
okay.
but I'm talking about I went through my 30s, I went through my 40s and all of that.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering for me, I think for me, like I've always said, if I had enough time to get some rest, get some me time, would I be that girl?
Probably.
But every moment for me is always I got shit to do.
We got shit to do.
And so I don't get that opportunity to just be like, woosah, chill, do nothing. Because like how your wife said on the couch, I'm talking about even in my sleep, I'm thinking,
Well, when is cake time?
what is that?
Okay. So
okay. You see what I'm saying? So I don't think that I could be my 100
We gotta make
from my husband. Like I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
This is an area that I'm just not 100%. I'm not because of the fact that once I go to work, I'm tired. I'm tired and I'm thinking about the shit that needs to get done and then all of that. So I wonder what that life would look like, to be honest. Like I think I could be more of that sexual kitten because in my mind, I'm a voyager, I'm a voyager. I like to, voyagers are people who like to see shit, because some people don't know what that is.
Right, no, that's
a voyager
true,
is like, you get visual stimulation, not even staying from porn or whatever, but just like even seeing people just be intimate with one another or whatever. So for me, I'm like, damn, what's wrong with me? But there's not really something wrong with me.
You know what? Like transparent moment. My husband, Mike told me, he was like, yeah, I know when you got a lot of stuff and events going on. He said, I already know I ain't gonna get done. He said, it's when you complete your project or it's the party's over and you've cleaned up, the event is done, you put everything back in the garage. He said, oh yeah, I already know it's on. Because your mind is clear. He said, I already know. He said, but when there's a hair show coming up or go out of town for a trip, he said, oh yeah, I already know I ain't getting none that week. Because your mind gonna be everywhere.
Yeah.
But when I'm done,
yes,
it's on tonight.
Right. Like in the mornings, I'm like, baby, catch me in the morning. You know what I'm saying?
That's
I'm
a lot
ready.
Of y'all.
She ready.
Catch you in the morning.
But if I done left work, I'm tired and this and the other, and then you trying to at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Like I just want to scream in my head like don't you see I'm asleep?
Yeah.
Let me sleep. I'm tired.
Okay.
Well, okay. So yes. Yes. Because like y'all, my wife hustles and works very hard. There's nothing wrong with it. But I've started to like come up with different challenges. And the one I'm working on right now is an all about you challenge. Side note, that's another thing about eating the pussy that I it's all about you. It's not about me. It's about you. Okay. Anyway, so all about you challenge, right?
Okay.
So I realized when my wife gets home, she either has meetings, she's doing something or stuff like that, and she does not take a lot of time for herself.
Right.
I remember growing up, My mama, the same thing.
Yes.
Did not take a lot of time for herself.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies, you need the you time. So the challenge I'm working on is for husbands, boyfriends, whoever, right? Is to give. Let's talk about it. How much time do you need? Do you need an hour after you get home that you know you need to decompress and do whatever it is? And I mean a whole hour. We gonna set the timer. We not gonna talk to you.
Period.
Hey, how you doing? Go in, close the door, do what you need to do. You see mommy, don't ask her nothing for the next hour.
Period.
Do what you need to do. Relax yourself, recompose yourself. Or, baby, it's rough. I need more than an hour. I just need to go to sleep. Got you. We're
That's
doing that so you can recharge. So when those times come at 2 o'clock in the morning, you're a little bit more receptive because I've helped you get that time.
Right.
You know, and that's another thing. We do not take, men and women, we do not take time for ourselves for that, you know, recharge. So it's not only, hey, I need to take time for my spouse and reconnect with them. I need to take time for me as well.
So I can be a better person.
Right.
For my person.
And sometimes it may not have anything to do with sex. It just may be, hey, look at yourself. You tell yourself you're beautiful today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Are you happy in the place that you in right now?
Right.
Yes, you're working out. Yes, you may not be where you want to be, but are you better than you was yesterday?
Right.
Are you proud of yourself today?
Right.
You know, because discipline is one of the ultimate forms of self-love.
Right.
So we have to be disciplined and rest and take that time because nobody got into the marriage is like, well, we're married.
All right.
See you when I see you.
Right.
Yeah.
It takes work, you know, and transparency, like especially in marriage or whatever. Do you know the countless? I know you hear it too. Like, girl, like when you're saying that, give that time. Nobody just wants to walk in the house and be like, "Hey, man, you ready to boing?"
Jump on it.
Yeah,
We ain't ready to jump.
damn, can I get in good? Can I settle? You know what I'm saying? And it happens a lot in marriages. Like,
I understand.
you see what I'm saying? So then in her mind, she's like, now it's more of a chore than a pleasure.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That I need you. I think if I hear that more so like, babe, I need you versus the expectation of, I've had a hard day, so I need a de-stressor, so let's go.
I need to masturbate in your vagina.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So if it's a thing, I think it's a play on
for real, 'cause
words.
that's
Yeah.
It's kind of it is because it's kind of like your day, and you need that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But then say if we're having the same kind of day, women don't. If we're
don't-
having a rough day, it's
ain't
not
what
going to
we're
be
looking
sex.
for.
Is not going to be our de-stressor. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We're thinking about, I need a hot bath. You know, I want to relax, maybe some wine or this and the other. So what happens when we're both having those kind of days?
So for me,
you know,
Let's
for
talk
me,
about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
For me, I had to share with my husband. Foreplay me starting in the morning. Send me a text message. Put it on my mind, because otherwise I'm not. If I got a stressful day, that's not what I'm thinking about. But so for what I do for myself, I got me a little playlist. That's the music I'm listening to today, or that's what I'm listening to on the way home. It gets me that little Chris Brown, Take You Down. You know what I'm saying? I got my tracks. You know what I'm saying? But it gets me in the mindset, because otherwise when I come to the door, that's not what I'm thinking about.
Right.
So if he send me a little heart emoji, you know, we got the little emojis and stuff, or a meme, or he'll just call me, I'm just checking on, you know, he'll drive. I say, why you trying to sound all sexy? I know what you're doing. I know you. Yeah, baby, I'm just checking on. But it's on my mind. You know what I'm saying? Not, I ain't talked to you all day. We both been working hard. Then I come in the door and you want me to jump on it. No.
Right.
Give me some, I need some leading up, some foreplay, some visuals or something. That way my mind is already prepared and I know what I got to do. Not saying it like, because now it sounds like a chore. But I mean, in a sense, for me, it is. I know what I got to do. When I get home, I'm not going to pull my laptop out like I always do and fall asleep in the bed with it and then end up on the other side of the bed because I'm working. I need to not even pull the laptop out tonight because I already know what it is. You know what I mean? So that's what I do. That's what I need.
Right.
For me.
I think for me, it's more of a verbal, like if babe, I need.
Just put it out there.
I need you.
Yeah.
I need you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Communicate.
versus I expect it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's hard for us guys. Like I'm glad we're having this conversation.
Yes.
Because sometimes we are so busy, like I don't want to be played or I don't want to be looked at as weak.
Yeah.
We forget the fact that You cannot be gangster and be in a relationship. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah,
right.
You cannot, especially with a woman. You can't be gangster. You got to be soft. You got to be
Yes.
vulnerable.
Yes.
Yes, that opens you up for hurt. But on the other side of that, it's such a
Exactly.
wonderful place
Right.
that if you just let go,
Just let go and
just let go and take a walk off that cliff. I guarantee you are not Wile E. Coyote.
Right.
You gonna fly.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's hard for us in order to do that because of the world that we live in when it comes to us, because again, you guys are not in charge of your body. We are being told we got to conquer as much as possible. We got religion saying that it's X, Y, and Z, you know what I'm saying? But no one is, not no one, but there's not a lot of communication saying, hey, part of the enlightenment of yourself is the enlightenment of this act. And it doesn't mean if you explore this act that you have to be this hypersexual person. No, to thine own self be true. Know yourself. Know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Know that, hey, on this extreme, or somewhere in the middle is better for you to know. Like you said, your thing is verbal. Okay, well, if you communicate that, now I know. Okay, if I want this to happen, certain things, I better be verbal. And it doesn't matter that I know what you're doing. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do. Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah,
at
you do,
least, we're going to have that connection. Again, it's about communication, and that is one of the hardest things to do because we don't want to be rejected. But again, if you're with your person and it's open and honest communication, and sometimes you may not
And
have
how is it rejection though when you're with this is your wife or your person? You know what I'm saying? It's not like, hey, I done met you at the club and then you come to me and be like, and then I'm like, rejection. When you're with your person, it's like, just not tonight. Or not right now.
Yeah.
So how does a man compute when a woman says, look, I'm tired? Why does that immediately register to them like, she just rejected?
Blue balls.
because we insecure.
Blue balls.
Okay.
Blue balls.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a real thing. We insecure.
Yeah, some. Well, now when I get that, I'm just like, all right. I mean, it's gotten to that point because I'm like, okay, it's beyond the fact of it's had something to do with me. It could just be what's happening with her during that day.
Right.
And then to your point on the whole, like, don't wake me up at 1 a.m. trying to do something because, I tried that back in the day.
Yeah.
And she expressed, like, don't ever do that shit.
Damn.
Damn.
Right.
Yeah.
And she was very expressive about that.
Yeah.
She's like, no, that actually, because to your point on that, because I had happened to her.
Gotcha.
And then to his point about communicating that, I was like, oh shit, I didn't even know that.
Right. So, now that you
So it
know.
triggered a completely different emotion than me. I'm like, oh, I'm going to be sexy and do this and make her wake up with this dream. And it turned into a nightmare
Right.
for her.
Damn.
Right.
On
Bigger
that.
to-
I think over the years now with Damon, my husband, when he comes in, babe, how was your day? And I think
He's trying to see what
I
it
think
is.
according to how I
He trying to see-
respond,
You know what? I call that temperature check.
That's
That's
it.
exactly.
Temperature
how
That's
check.
I
exactly.
responded,
I
he's
love
like,
it.
yep, either I'm going to meet her in the shower or I'm not. So if I be
Yep.
like,
He
it
did.
was
That's
a long,
accurate as
It was a long-ass day.
long ass
Yep.
day. I'm drained. I'm tired. Whatever. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And then so he checks the temperature, and then it's like, okay, all right then.
Wait, but do you say
then
it's
he'll
been a
just-
long ass day?
Then he'll close the door. Like, okay, she needs some time in that bathroom by herself.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna go in there and mess with her
Yes.
or whatever. And I'll be like, oh, it was cool. It flowed or whatever. Then it's like, I think it registers his brain like, okay, well, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's how Mike know. He did.
Like
he
a
said, "We gotta do this
meteorologist of
weekend."
love.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
just
I
trying to get that check. Like, okay, I got a
Temperature check.
10% chance of this happening
Right,
today.
Right, you know what I'm
I love
saying?
You know?
Yes.
And
And.
ladies, talking about it's a chore. So we're all on the health craze now, right? Which I don't know if it's a craze because it's been happening as long as I've been
Yeah.
breathing. So
Yeah.
you have to be disciplined to go work out, right?
Mm-hmm.
At some point in going to work out, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't hate it, right?
Yeah.
Because you're starting to see the benefits of it, right?
Mhm, mhm.
So you
Mm.
find ways to get in that
To
peace,
incorporate it,
right? To love it, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
At first, it's gonna suck,
Yeah.
but you understand
Mm-hmm. It's
that
gonna pay out.
benefit.
Yeah.
So, for men and women,
Mhm.
okay, if the goal is to be having this mind blowing sex, 90% of the time that you guys have sex, you're gonna have to work at it, right?
Mhm.
So maybe when you come through that, okay, full transparency. All right, so
Yeah.
one time my wife was like, hey, I got a headache. And I was like, oh, I had just been reading an article. I was like, statistics show if you orgasm,
Yeah.
that relieves the headache.
Yeah.
I think it's bullshit. We should test it out.
versus I got something for that headache.
Yeah,
no, you right.
I tried that.
That don't work.
I tried.
Right.
Didn't go as well.
Exactly.
Now,
right. But the way you just delivered it,
she laughed.
Yes.
She laughed, right?
Yes.
Didn't necessarily happen that time, but the next time she had a headache, you know what she thought of?
What you said?
She thought
you
of what
planted a seed.
Planted a seed.
Yeah.
And then she was like, and then she told me, she was like, I got a headache. And it was the way she said it. I was like, "Oh, do you? Oh, do you?
Do you?"
She was like, "I just need some relief," and that's okay, you know. Because again, I think for men, the thing we need to hear is, okay, like she said, use your feminine whim because we love that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Use that, but don't forget about us, baby.
Right.
I ain't got you, but. Maybe I don't wake you up at 1 o'clock in the morning. Maybe you wake me up at 1 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Or certain things like those nights where you can't sleep.
Right.
It's like, I can't sleep. I don't know what to do. I watch TV. I tried. Well, did you try a little vitamin me?
Right.
Vitamin me.
Hey, let me tell you something. And I think for
Y'all can use
women
that.
across the
Can we
board,
thank you.
You're
if
welcome.
we bring more comedy and laughter into the relationship and even in this
To
area,
break down them walls.
it breaks down the walls easier. But if it's more so like the expectation, like you got to do this because you're my person now, and then this is the expectation.
Yeah.
I think that builds up a woman's blockage, like
It's
in
an
this
obligation.
agreement.
Because
like,
it turns
then
into
it's
an
more
obligation.
and a chore versus like, man, my boo just be having me laughing all day.
Yeah.
It's just so easy breezy because we're more easy breezy with our friends because we're always laughing with our friends. We're always having a good time with our friends or whatever. And sometimes in marriages, we lose that. Everything is just so, okay, the bills, the kids, the this, the that, the that. Okay, you know I need some, it's like, so this everything is just like this mechanical thing versus like, where's the friendship?
Yeah.
Right.
Where's the humor?
Yeah.
Where's the fun?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you having fun, you always ready. You can be dog tired and you gonna go out there and percolate and dance and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you come home and you're like ready to
all that.
you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So there I think that's what a lot of relationships are missing. The friendship, the vibe of laughter.
Yeah.
You know?
Who's helping us get there? Because again, talking about this stuff and then going back to religion tells you the reason, I think part of the reason why we got to this it happens in marriage thing is because religiously that's what we are told. But if you look in the books, and I'm exploring it right now, but if you look in the books, it just tells you, yes, you should have sex, it should be pleasurable. Doesn't tell you how to get to that point, how to communicate with your person, what really works for you. Like you said, you were saying about laughter, but then again, I mean, the elephant in the room is you guys are not in charge of your body when it comes to society-wise. That is a big one. I cannot stress that enough. You are not in charge of your bodies. That is a major component because now you're feeling like you're obligated because everybody has been telling you with a religious text behind it that this is your obligation, not that you should enjoy this and the obligation part will take care of itself because if you're enjoying it, you're going to be running to it.
Right. Yeah, just like I run to ice cream.
Exactly, because it's a pleasurable, experience.
Right.
And not everything is going to be that 2-hour session. Sometimes it's going to be 5 minutes. Sometimes it's going to be 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's going to be I got you, and sometimes it's going you got me, and we'll reciprocate, But again, it goes back to that communication, but it also goes back to you guys feeling safe and being in charge of your own sexuality.
Even with the abortion thing, it's that women feeling I'm not in charge of my body. Like what the hell?
Who am I as a penis owner to tell you
as a penis
what
owner
to do?
Are sitting here voting on this, like, yep, we're gonna vote. Nope, I'm not gonna do that
even
anymore.
if it's detrimental to your life.
I don't understand that.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, like I don't understand how men don't like women that came from women. We all came from women. I had this conversation with my homeboy, and he laughed, and he was like, "I hate to say it, but it's true." And I'm gonna say it. And listeners, if I'm wrong, check me on it. We are all slave to the pussy.
You put something up high, I want you to make them fly. Throw them in the sky, throw them in the sky. Make everything collide, put all your stress aside, and let the music take you anywhere like tide. Cause it's me they calling the real loco. Mass play when I on the floor, gal bend over and touch their toe.